live,
put that work in, man. You gotta go get
learn,
See, listen, this what I tell them.
serve,
I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go
inspire.
out and I go get it. How to go,
You're in the
that's all
right
I know. I
place.
don't
You're
succeed
checking
if I
out
don't breathe.
Chip
Success,
Baker,
what does it
the
mean?
Success
If I
Chronicle.
conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. And today we have Coach James and Stephanie Dillard, okay, with us. And man, great people doing some amazing things to help and give back, and or doing the relationship on the relationship chronicle with the relationship series. So thank you guys for taking the time to interview and talk about your life and your relationship with us.
Sure. Absolutely.
Good deal. Well, let's jump right into it. Individually, where are each of you guys from, and how was it for you growing up?
Well, thank you for contacting us. First off, we appreciate it. But kind of like you, I'm a third generation teacher and coach. So I'm from the east side of Houston. I grew up in North Shore. And then after college, I didn't want to go back, so I didn't go back. I started coaching and teaching, and kind of never looked back. I had a couple other jobs here and there. I didn't think I was going to follow in the footsteps of my family, but it ended up God has other plans, and so that's kind of where it led me. Yeah. But I was an athlete. I was a multi-sport athlete in high school and a volleyball player in college. And so I have a lot of athletic background.
Awesome.
And then I guess I'm the oddball here because I'm not any generation coach. This is my family. They do two different things. So like I said, I'm the first coach in our family. Blessed to do that. I grew up in Bryan College Station, so I'm back home. So I'm enjoying being back home in this area. Kind of like Stephanie, I guess this is year number 14 for us, both of us. So we started off at Navasota together, and then I ventured off to some other places, and I've been lucky enough to work with really, really good people and be around people. So I went to Sam Houston, graduated from Sam Houston, and have just always done the baseball aspect. And so just been fortunate and blessed to continue the baseball deal. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah. And I didn't say where you guys were coaching. Do y'all mind telling us where you're currently coaching?
Well, so this year this is actually the first time this has ever happened to me. And this was probably one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make in my life. I struggled with it a lot, but I started out the year as head volleyball coach and girls coordinator at Harker Heights in Killeen. And I was killing it and loved it. And going to work every day was amazing. Unfortunately, anybody that knows anything about geography, Bryan and Harker Heights are just a tidge away from each other. It was about an hour 40, hour 45 every day one way. So, and we have two boys, and with James being a coach as well, he has always been my number one supporter. And so it really hurt him not to be able to be at my games or bring the boys to my games. So anyway, long story short, at semester, I was given the opportunity to take a job as an administrator here at Bryan. So I'm now in school administration at Bryan High School as an assistant principal. So I'm no longer coaching.
Awesome.
And then
And then I've already told you, I guess I'm here as the head baseball coach here at Bryan High School. So yes, it stinks not being able to go and support her in her volleyball adventures, but it's nice having her at the same campus as me again. We've always tried to coach together, and so being back under the same roof, same school has been awesome for me.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work, right?
There
That's
you
right.
go.
That's it, and you got to have it to keep it moving. And it's great when you can have people that feel that great about and passionate about each other's ventures.
Sure.
Absolutely.
How long have you guys been together? Well,
Um,
let me go back. How did you guys meet, and then how long you guys been together?
So we met, our very first jobs teaching and coaching in high school were at the same place at Navasota. And we met back then, it was 04,
405.
0405, school year of 0405. And we didn't ever really look back. Like we didn't get together right off, but we never really stayed away from each other, so to speak.
Yeah.
We did things a little backwards. We had our child and then decided to get married a few years later. It's, to be honest with you, I was a little stubborn and hard-headed, and so it's my fault. But the good thing is, it took a lot of me being stubborn and a lot of convincing, but it's here. So we've just celebrated our 5th wedding anniversary, but
Awesome.
technically we've been together for probably about, I'd say about 10 years, close to 10 years.
That's awesome. Good deal. Hey, sometimes, when it's worth it, you got to have some persistence, right, Coach?
That's right. Yeah, she made me persist. Yeah. Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And definitely when it's worth it, you sure got to be persistent, right?
Yeah. I persisted and she finally felt sorry for me and gave in. So
whatever.
That's good. That's awesome, man. What are 3 important things you guys feel that are necessary to have a successful relationship?
I was, whenever you sent over the questions, I was thinking about that, and that's a good question. It's a really deep question. A lot of people don't ask. Yeah. And one of the things that I try to get better on a daily basis, and I'm sure as heck am not that good at it yet, is listening. You've got to be a good listener, and I've worked on that. I'm working on that currently. Is whenever your wife or your girlfriend or your fiance, whatever it is talking to you, you need to pay attention. That needs to be. You don't need to be worrying about what's on TV. You don't want to worry about what your kids are doing. You just need to be focused on her. And that's kind of been what I'm working on right now, is just trying to be a good listener. And that's the first thing, and that's on the top thing on my list. Second thing I think is just to be supportive of their needs. What do they need successful? What do they need on any given day? A lot of people say marriage is work and things like that, but I don't think of it as that. But I think of it as you need to be able to give your spouse what they need on a given day, whether it's a pat on the back, sometimes it's a kick in the rear end, not very often with her, but sometimes it's pulling the reins back and just saying, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Are we thinking about this all the way through? And she's very good at she is awesome supporter of mine. And I think that's big. And then the third thing I think is you need to be able to laugh with each other and have fun with each other. And that has been instrumental in our relationship. At the beginning of our relationship, she was very straight and narrow, cut dry. Yeah. And I was always the fun one, where now she's learning how to have some fun, and it makes our relationship a little bit more fun because she's learning to cut up a little bit and have fun and not be serious all the time. So if you can do those three things, listen, be supportive, and just have fun and laugh, I think those are some really important keys to me, at least, in having a successful relationship.
Awesome. You guys were explaining, the things that you went through as far as your careers and, her being in Harker Heights and you being in Bryan, but also still being supportive. So there's a number of things that I know that you guys have gone through to make it work,
Right.
And so in order to be able to do those things, like you have to put in the work to make it work.
Right. Yeah,
And
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you kind of put your feelings on a back burner, so to speak, in order to support and give your spouse what they need. And that's all, and that's awesome. And I love doing that. She's great. She's awesome at doing that. I mean, she does that on a daily basis. She puts her needs on the back burner to make sure that, I'm allowed to follow my dream. And she's done an amazing job at that. And, we're both good at that, but she, over the last, 3 to 4 years, has allowed me to pursue my dream of being a baseball coach and being a top level baseball coach. And she's kind of put her stuff on the back burner. So I'm very thankful to have that.
Yeah. I was thinking too, as you guys were talking about, your experiences, being athletes and, those kind of things. I think that sports are great for people because it teaches you so much that you can use in life. But then I think it's really cool when you have two people that have been athletes, top athletes that have done some things, and then you come together. Oh man, I think it's amazing because the discipline and the persistence and the hard work, all of the things that you've had to do in your life. Now it's easy when you come together because hey, that's what we do. What you need, let's go. I got it. It's no second guessing or whatever. Like just the discipline that it takes. I think, and that truly helps in the relationship. You guys agree with that?
For sure, I do. I think that, especially with as being coaches, what we expect out of our athletes, and then when we were athletes ourselves, the whole teamwork and work ethic and persistence and the grit and the competitiveness and just all of that, and you take all of that and you ball it up into a relationship as well, and it's the same things. I mean, obviously you don't compete against each other, but he, just like he was talking about having fun, he makes everything a game, whether it's our kids making them take their medicine or finish their bath on time, or us like running to get to the door to open the car door for me first or whatever. I mean, he so we compete at stuff in a different way, but I mean, when I was thinking about when he was talking about the things, the three important things for a successful relationship, mine were kind of the same, but mine were all more athletic based, I guess. So it's kind of funny you said that, because I was kind of thinking that as he was talking about how in line it was.
Right on point. You were feeling the same thing, like, man, we're in
Yeah.
tune.
I was thinking I was thinking the same stuff. I just it was funny because we've heard some great speakers at some conferences we've been to, and it was just from a different perspective. It was saying the same things pretty much, but just from a different perspective. Like you've got to be kind, and you've got to be where your feet are, and you've got to be a servant leader. Those three things are really important if you want your relationship to work and work well.
That's deep.
I try.
She does that.
A little song, I do a little something.
Yeah, she goes, I just stay on the surface, and here she goes, woo, she goes really deep. So,
man, like the ocean, baby.
Yeah, like the ocean. Yeah, she opens up a whole Pandora's box of things.
Whatever.
So, what advice do you guys have for couples to be successful?
Well, I mean, everybody says the regular, don't lie, don't cheat, communicate, which all that's true. But honestly, like, it's not just don't lie, but it's don't don't even put yourself in a situation to lie, you know, and be there and support and surround yourself with other people that want to support each other, you know, like when you're around toxic people, then you tend to be toxic. So be, you know, I mean, once again, going in the words of some great people we've heard, you know, be a fountain, not a drain. You know, you want to spew out positivity, not suck the life out of people. So, like,
Here we go. Told you.
I mean, but really, it's true. You know, you want to serve people. You want to lead people by serving them and be kind and loving, and that's how you show your support. And you know, you don't have to tell somebody to do the dishes. You let them go in and do them on their own. You know what I mean? It's just those kind of little things that really matter. It's just really all about being kind, you know?
That's it. Hey,
that's it.
You know,
see, that's simple. It went deep. It's being kind. That's it. Simple.
Well, you know, I was trying to wait till you finish, but I wanted to hit you with some sound effects like "ooh," man, short sentences, man.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be quiet. I can't follow that up, so I'm just gonna let her answer that one for us.
Whatever.
There it is. Well, I truly appreciate you guys taking the time to interview again with the Success Chronicles for the relationship series, and I'm glad that I was persistent, Coach.
Yeah,
I am too, because I get to listen to how deep she goes.
Whatever. Well, thank you so much, Chip. We really appreciate it. And anytime you want us to talk, we'd be happy to get with you.
All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll follow back up with you guys, and maybe we can do separate Chronicle episodes.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, and you heard it. She said it. We got it recorded. She said
we got it recorded.
Yep.
Yeah. She said it.
She said it.
It's on air now.
Just be persistent.
Just be persistent. Hey, be a fountain, not a drain.
Right. Be a fountain, not a drain.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for watching this episode of the Success Chronicles. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Bye. God bless.
Go get it.